Welcome back to Drinks and Dunks, the YouTube show where we're going to have some drinks and talk about the dunks. You know, it's in the name. I'm Ben Marquardt. Forgot to mention that last time, so thanks for sticking with me. It's a work in progress. Trust me, we're going to be getting better here, getting better every day, just like Giannis and the Bucks. Let's go. Opening day was yesterday. Got some games that we got to cover. Go through our picks. I think the main takeaway, if we're going to get right into it real quick, the main takeaway from opening night is that yours truly is the best prognosticator in the game. 2-0 last night. Nostradamus, he was great. Predicts the end of the world and all that jazz. But he's got nothing on me. That's all I got to say. So I had Nets -7 last night over the Warriors. They put on kind of a drubbing, to be honest. KD looks back. Steph looked a little out of it, but I'm gonna say I don't think it's Steph's fault. The supporting cast was rough. No Draymond, which I think did matter. KD just looked really good, and if he's gonna perform like that, the Nets are gonna be really tough. Part of the reason why in my predictions, I had them going to the conference finals against the Bucks. Bucks is obviously a homer pick, but that's neither here nor there. KD looks good. Kyrie looked good. I'm not worried about the Nets to start. I think if we've learned anything from Kyrie's teams is that they start out strong, and then when things get rocky, we'll see what happens. But that game, I saw all of it. Not as exciting as we hoped, but the Nets looked really good. Next game was Lakers and Clips. Phenomenal ring ceremony. Cool to see all the families. I think they should keep doing that. I think everyone kind of thought that was a great idea. No surprise here either. LeBron and AD didn't play a ton. The Clippers jumped out to an early lead, but lots of turnovers, kind of a slugfest. The Clippers just had more to prove. They had title aspirations last year and had a humiliating 3-1 loss in the second round to the Nuggets there. And, they just had way more to prove. So no surprise there for me. That's why I was riding them +3. We went 2-0 last night. I put my money where my mouth was. I actually did bet on those, so came through with the parlay there. It was cool to see the NBA back. It hasn't been a while, but it was still cool to see him back nonetheless. I thought, I had to get one more reaction and one pot in before the holidays, and what better drink to have with me than a Bud Light Peppermint Patty Seltzer. Last time we were with the Can't Miss Miller Lite. This time we're going rival, but this is a peppermint patty flavored seltzer. Had to do it for the holidays. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. We're going to be talking a couple of games that I think there. Just a little review here. It's not terrible. It's a little sweet. Comparing it to a player, you could compare it to Michael Porter Jr., Do you want him as your number 2 and number 1 guy? Not right now. I mean, we'll see what happens. He's got to stay healthy. But he'll give you a little bit of sweetness there. He'll put up 25 in 3 quarters. He's a lightning rod scorer, 6'10", just a walking bucket, as I mentioned in our first show. So I'd compare this a little bit to MPJ. Not somebody you can rely on. I'm not going to have 4 or 5 of these. Your stomach's going to start to hurt if Michael Porter Jr. is your number 1 guy. So that's what I'd kind of compare this to, the good old Bud Light Peppermint Patty Seltzer. All right, looking ahead to tonight's game, I got the Heat -4 over the Magic. Early on in the season, I think the teams with more continuity, the teams that are bringing back a lot of players, are going to do a lot better than the others. I think that's, with 4 or 5 practices and 3 preseason games, the teams with a lot of new players aren't going to start out very hot. And I would caution Bucks fans, myself included, that it's gonna be a rocky start. They lost half their team, they upgraded at point guard, downgraded elsewhere, blah blah blah. But the teams with more continuity and good coaching are gonna win early, okay? And I think that's why I picked the Nets last night. That's why I'm picking the Miami Heat over the Magic. And then my second one, sticking with that theme, is the Raptors. Coaching and continuity, Raptors over the Pels, -4 again. We're riding with the continuity and the coaching. Two best coaches in the league in Spoelstra and Nurse. We're going to go 4-0 again. That's pretty much, how I see it. We got the Nostradamus myself picking games here. Best prognosticator in the league on YouTube. Mark it down. And here we're going to actually, see what, some other prognosticators around the league think about some other games, maybe Mavs Suns. All right, now for a Mavericks versus Suns game, we have one of the best prognosticators in the league. He goes by Finney. I'm Nostradamus, but he's a close second. So we're just gonna see who he picks here, Mavs or the Suns. We got the Mavs on the left, Suns on the right here. Oh, it looks like he's going with the Suns. Just kidding, Mavs. Oh, he's double dipping. Oh my gosh. He likes both teams a lot, honestly. But I think what we could take away from that is he thinks Luka's going to be too much for this Suns team. He clearly likes both teams, but I think the Suns will be the best here. All right, guys, that'll do it for today's Drinks and Dunks. I appreciate everyone that watched the first episode. Like I said, it's a work in progress. I'm going to get better. Obviously I can't get any better at prognosticating because 2-0 speaks for itself. But, yeah, I appreciate everyone sticking with me. Make sure to subscribe, do all that jazz that YouTubers say. So, all right, see you guys next time.